of Sunny Hostin on The View, Tom, basically implicating her husband in this type of a scheme.
Panel. She is self-appointed. She knows everything. It's great to see her ego take this hit, but I think it will be short-lived.
Fans, critics, and even officials are baffled by Sunny Hostin's abrupt and unexplained departure. She was confidently seated at the View table just days ago, arguing with her co-hosts and offering her trademark feisty commentary. A once respected public figure is now at the center of a whirlwind of curiosity due to rumors that she fled the country in a cloud of scandal. What could have caused her to disappear without a trace? And more importantly, what secrets might she be concealing?
It's up there. But if she didn't really know what was going on, right, which is what she's probably going to say later, I had no idea what my husband and his associates were doing. We'll wait and see what that is, but I think it's pretty
As the day went on, her silence became unbearable as social media buzzed with rumors and fans noticed her complete lack of online activity, a stark departure from her previously active presence on platforms like Instagram and Twitter. Initially, producers dismissed her absence as a personal matter when she failed to show up for a scheduled taping of The View. By the end of the week, there were rumors that she had not only abandoned her house, but also severed her connections with her inner circle, leaving even her closest confidants in the dark.
According to the documents, he knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgery.
Join the FBI by now. According to unnamed sources allegedly close to the investigation, the former prosecutor-turned-talk show host was now the focus of an active investigation with agents working around the clock to find her. The situation took a drastic turn when federal authorities confirmed that they had placed Hostin on their wanted list. Hostin's abrupt disappearance was not just a case of someone seeking solitude. It was an escape plan, and the stakes couldn't be higher.
Totally different perspective on this. I don't really know what happened with this. The facts will come out. What I have a problem with is the core of who this woman is. Unlike you, I don't watch The View, bro. All I do is see clips.
I know it's just like
twice a day.
Here's all I hear from her. America's violent, America's racist, America's bad. Okay.
The stunning discovery that Hostin may have had access to a sizable stockpile of money, allegedly connected to her husband Dre Manuel Hostin's ongoing legal issues for those unaware with the saga, is at the center of the FBI's investigation. For several months, Ja Hussein has been involved in a significant fraud case. He is accused of knowing how to overcharge insurance companies for unnecessary medical procedures, including performing surgeries on patients who had only minor injuries, all the while allegedly pocketing kickbacks disguised as legitimate business profits.
Emanuel denied the allegations via a statement through his lawyer, telling Daily Mail that his client, quote, denies each and every allegation and that the lawsuit is a blanket scattershot meritless lawsuit.
The case is a broad, merit-based scattershot lawsuit. The lawsuit, which was brought under the notorious RI Act, revealed pervasive corruption in several New York medical community circles. Jay Hostin was one of almost 200 defendants named in the case, but his well-known marriage to Sunny Hostin made his name stand out. Now that she has vanished, some are wondering if Sunny might have been more involved in this story than previously thought. Could she have known about the financial transactions her husband is accused of, or worse, could she have been an active participant?
This is the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York. You guys wrap that around your brain. That's bigger than the mafia.
According to reports, Hostin was observed taking out sizable sums of money from several accounts connected to her family's finances before going missing. Although the precise amount is unknown, insiders say it was sufficient to raise suspicions among investigators. Additionally, sources close to the case disclosed that Hostin had been in communication with legal advisors in the days preceding her disappearance, which raised the possibility that she was planning for the worst-case scenario.
He was scamming insurance companies from taxi drivers, Uber drivers, and Lyft drivers. He was performing unnecessary surgeries and then providing fraudulent medical services in exchange.
As if the situation weren't already so dire, the FBI has allegedly started the process of seizing assets connected to the host family properties. Exotic cars and even private bank accounts are now being examined as investigators try to piece together the money trail that might link Sunny Hostin to her husband's alleged fraudulent activities. This is an unprecedented turn of events for a woman who has long advocated for justice and accountability on her talk show and in her former role as a prosecutor.
Since Giuliani shook the tree and a bunch of mobsters fell out, right? This is big stuff. And so, and thank you for bringing that video. It sure is ironic that she's up there.
What would have motivated Hostin to go to such extremes? Some people assume that she decided to leave because she wanted to protect her family, especially her two kids, Gabriel and Paloma. Others, however, view it as a calculated attempt to avoid her own possible legal issues, because the host's legal background means she is well aware of the potential repercussions of being involved in a case this significant. Regardless of her reasons, it is evident that this is not just a story about a well-known lawsuit, but also about power privilege and the extent some people will go to in order to defend their most valuable assets.
But it's just, I mean, Pat, you're married. Tom, you're married. If your husband's doing something, if he's allegedly doing something like this, you guys would know if your wives were up to...
However, it's only that you're married. Tom, you're married, and if your husband is doing something or is allegedly doing something like this, you guys would know if your wives were up to Hostin's disappearance. It has also rekindled conversations about her long-standing problems with the show. Her outspoken nature has gotten her into trouble on multiple occasions, with producers and co-hosts frequently finding it difficult to bring her in, but her fiery takes and unapologetic demeanor have earned her a devoted fan base and made her a lightning rod for controversy. Now that these new accusations have surfaced, some are wondering if her departure from the show may have been long overdue.
Let's just not forget who she is. She's been, for years, lecturing America about morality, inequality, systemic...
Before delving deeper into her turbulent relationship with The View and discussing morality and systemic failures, it's important to consider the case's wider ramifications. For starters, it draws attention to the blurred boundaries between public and private life, especially for those in the spotlight. Additionally, the host's position as a public figure has surely increased the scrutiny surrounding her family's legal issues, transforming what could have been a relatively low-profile case into a media spectacle. Finally, it raises concerns about the obligations of public figures in terms of upholding transparency and accountability.
Now, he's just accused, and this accused in a lawsuit after some time of investigation could ultimately become a federal indictment.
As the FBI, we may not yet have all the answers, but one thing is for sure. This story is far from over. The public is left to wonder where she could have gone, whether it was a coordinated effort or if she acted alone, and most importantly, what her disappearance means for the ongoing investigation into her husband's alleged crimes.
We know Sunny Hostin and her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, are preparing for a legal battle to fight accusations that he committed federal insurance fraud.
Han's departure has created a gap in the discourse surrounding media in general as well as on The View. Her abduction serves as a vivid reminder of the difficulties and inconsistencies that frequently accompany justice and privilege. From her controversial on-air remarks to her rumored arguments with co-hosts, the story of Sunny Hostin has been building toward this dramatic climax for years. For now, fame is focused on the FBI as they attempt to solve the mystery surrounding her departure, but as we'll see next, this isn't the first time she's found herself at odds with the world around her.
And it's a very serious crime. In fact, it's one of the largest, if not the largest, RICO case in New York's history.
The most alarming development in a story that has been simmering for years may be Sunny Host's disappearance, but it's also important to remember how her tumultuous relationship with The View began. One of the show's most divisive characters, Sunny captivates viewers with her feisty demeanor while also igniting conflict behind the scenes. It's no secret that she had a contentious time on the daytime talk program, and some people are now questioning whether the growing hostility between Hostin and the show's producers is connected to her unexplained departure.
They're essentially saying that it's a money grab, and they're also going to countersue for millions of dollars, $5 million plus.
Let's go back a little to when Sunny first appeared on the scene in 2016 and caused a stir. She soon gained a position as the show's resident truth-teller due to her keen legal mind and forthright demeanor, but she also became a constant source of friction. Sunny became the type of person who thrived on controversy, which undoubtedly increased the show's ratings but also caused a storm of legal and financial issues that the viewers are still dealing with today. She was at the center of contentious discussions both on and off camera, whether it was arguing with her co-host posts or making audacious remarks that provoked public outrage.
Sunny Hostin of The View, who's constantly raging about race and reparations and how bad America is with its racial past and all this stuff.
One of the most well-known instances was when Sunny made remarks about Melania Trump at a panel discussion on her relationship with Donald Trump and her role in politics that many believed went too far. Sunny didn't mince words when she implied that Melania despises her husband, even going so far as to imply that the former First Lady was actively working to undermine his political career. I believe she wants to dump him. In addition to making some of her co-hosts giggle, Sunny stated at the time that she doesn't even want to sleep in the same room as him. The remarks also infuriated viewers and, more significantly, Melania herself. Fast forward to the fallout, when Melania allegedly submitted a huge defamation lawsuit against The View and Sunny Hostin in particular. This wasn't just any lawsuit, though. It was a titanic legal battle with an astounding price tag, albeit the specifics of the case were still unclear. According to some reports, Melania won a historic deal that compelled the show to compensate hundreds of millions of dollars for damages. This legal setback was a severe blow to the company's finances and reputation, and it only made Sunny's already tense relationship with the network worse.
I'm going to leave that alone and ask y'all the question, will the candidate's spouses getting involved like she just did? What? That's what it said.
Insiders disclosed that the lawsuit caused many producers to wonder if the show had gone too far in its search of controversy, and the fallout from the Melania Trump case went beyond the financial losses. It served as a wake-up call. According to one source, we recognized that Sunny's remarks might have long-term effects on everyone associated with the show, not just her. This prompted discussions behind the scenes about enforcing stricter rules for on-air commentary, but Sunny reportedly opposed these efforts, believing that they would restrict her freedom of speech.
I'm reluctant to comment on other people's marriages because I don't want anybody to comment on mine, but they've been married 9
The fact that Sunny's legal issues appear to be related to a larger drop in the show's popularity added to the tension as critics started to wonder if the platform had veered off course and was now becoming more of a breeding ground for sensationalism rather than a forum for meaningful conversation. Some even argued that the show's integrity had suffered as a result of its emphasis on popularity and controversy. According to a former producer, the perspective used to be seen as a forum for meaningful discussion of significant subjects, but nowadays it seems like every episode is a ticking time bomb, with Sunny frequently at its core. Despite the mounting worries, Sunny's supporters contend that she gave the program a much-needed edge. Emphasized that the reason she was so well-liked by viewers in the first place was her readiness to take on difficult subjects head-on. Even Sunny's most devoted fans couldn't deny the growing difficulties she faced on a personal and professional level as the lawsuits mounted and the criticism grew more intense, making it evident that Sunny's position on the show was becoming increasingly untenable. One fan said, "Yes, she's controversial, but that's what makes her real."
haven't seen her, and her description of Donald Trump doesn't track with the reality of what we've seen. And I can't relate to the marriage or if they're even in the same place at the same time. So I don't.
However, Sunny's legal troubles over the years were not limited to Melania's lawsuit. She was an outspoken. Nature has repeatedly put the show in hot water by making rash claims against public characters and getting into public arguments with other celebrities. The show has reportedly spent millions of dollars resolving lawsuits and handling PR crises brought on by Sunny's remarks, leaving producers increasingly irritated with her behavior. Sunny has long been a lightning rod for controversy, which has certainly kept her in the news, but has also cost the show.
That was true.
He's
Can we let show to?
He's mean to the Haitians. He's mean to women. He's mean to immigrants.
Everybody.
He's mean to everybody.
He's not mean to
The matter escalated early this year when Sunny was once more at the heart of a court dispute, this time involving her husband Drea Emmanuel Hostin, as information about the fraud case against Drea Horton started to surface. Although Sunny has publicly defended her husband and denied any involvement in his alleged activities, the scandal has damaged her career and further strained her relationship with The View. Producers reportedly started to worry that Sunny's personal issues were becoming a distraction, and rumors of her possible departure from the show became more prevalent. To make matters worse, Sunny has reportedly slapped hands with her co-hosts on several occasions during public arguments, are not novel to the observer. According to insiders, Sunny works behind the scenes. A particularly explosive incident allegedly occurred last year when Sunny and another co-host got into a heated argument during a commercial break, according to witnesses. The details of the argument are still unclear, but it's just one example of the growing discord behind the scenes. Behavior has caused significant tension among the cast.
If she were a liberal, self-made millionaire migrant model who speaks 5 languages, she'd have her name on a federal building right now.
Moreover, there is the matter of finances. Despite being one of the most well-known characters on the show, Sunny's pay has reportedly been a source of controversy for years. Her contentious remarks and legal issues have made her a dangerous investment. There have been continuous talks about renegotiating her contract, and producers have reportedly argued whether her high salary is worth the financial and reputational costs she brings to the table. Some even theorize that Sunny's disappearance may be connected to these negotiations, with rumors circulating that she fled the country to avoid being kicked off the show.
Anna went in a different direction, but I love the fact that, Manny is younger and he's
How much younger is he?
Just a little bit.
He's like 1 year, isn't he?
Like a month or a year or 10 years?
No,
5 years.
It's more than a year.
Oh.
Anyway, it's not about me.
No.
However, the show's recent handling of her absence, producers have publicly remained silent about her disappearance, but insiders say that some team members feel relieved, as if a burden has been lifted, maybe the most damning evidence of the widening gap between Sunny and The View. According to one source, Sunny's drama was beginning to overshadow the show, but now that we have the opportunity to go on without her, it doesn't mean that things are over yet. The FBI is still looking.
Oh, no.
I think that it's very helpful that he's handy, and when we travel, I'm not picking up any bags. He's the one that's hefting them overhead. He throws the garbage out.
Right.
He does the heavy stuff.
Looking into Sunny's disappearance, and her husband's fraud case is still pending, so the show is still heavily involved in a web of legal and financial issues as we try to piece it all together. The mystery surrounding Sunny Host's disappearance, one thing becomes evident. There are no simple solutions to this story. We may never know the whole story, but did Sunny go away to protect her family, or was she just attempting to avoid her own legal issues? If so, what part, if any, did her troubled relationship with The View have in her decision to disappear? There is one thing that is for sure. As Sunny Han's strange disappearance continues to develop, we are left with more questions than answers. Sunny's story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of fame, the weight of public scrutiny, and the narrow line between controversy and accountability. Is there more to the story than meets the eye, or may she have fled because of her husband's legal issues? The eye and how her tumultuous relationship with The View might be related to her abrupt disappearance. Please share your ideas and theories in the comments section below. Let's continue the discussion and try to solve this fascinating celebrity mystery together. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like. And until the next time, subscribe for more fascinating articles and celebrity rumors.